Yan, with two source. So ito, yung first battery natin, let's say ito ay 12 volts. And then yung pangalawang battery, let's say this is 8 volts. And then resistor 1, your R1 is equal to 50 ohms. And then your resistor 2 is equal to 30 ohms. Ayan. So, ang sabi doon sa problem, you find the value of the current as well as the voltage drops between the resistor. Okay. So let us label this first, syempre, yung una nating battery, B1, and then pangalawa nating battery, B2. So how do we apply Kirchhoff's voltage rule? Okay. So katulad ng nauna, okay, this is positive and this is negative. Ano ba ang flow ng ating current dito? So, paano? Clockwise. Okay, kasi negative, positive, papaganan siya. Ayan. And then, mapapansin natin, sa side na to, ganun din. So, negative, positive, papaganito din. So, meaning, yung flow ng ating current dyan is clockwise. Ngayon, paano natin siya isosolve? Eh, paano po natin siya isosolve? So, what would be the sign of our first voltage source? Since si current is nag-pass through a positive side, meaning this voltage will take a positive sign also. Katulad ng unang example kahapon. So this will become positive V, let's say VB1. Okay. Next. O, pagpatak ulit dito. Okay. So again, current cannot pass through this one kung walang voltage na magpupush dyan. So definitely, pagka mga voltage drop, yung sinabi ko sa inyo kahapon, that is in negative, a negative sign. So V1 o VR1. And take note na yung ating voltage dyan is equal to the formula VIR, which is according to Ohm's law. Okay? So therefore, magiging positive VB1 minus 50I. Okay, next. Nakalagpas na dito si current. Now, okay, papasok siya dito sa pangalawang battery source. Okay? So meaning, paglabas niya, ano yung sign o charge na dala-dala niya? So positive. So therefore, this source is taking a positive sign. So this will become positive VB2. And then, after ulit nun, okay, nagkaroon na ulit ng voltage drop sa part na yan. So therefore, magne-negative ulit yan, and that will become VR2. Okay? Since VR2 is equal to 30, and then times yung ating current na unknown, so this will now become negative 30I. Okay. So, combining like terms will give us what? Okay, but before that, you simplify. Diba? This should be equal to 0. Okay, summation ng voltage is equal to 0. Nandun yun sa rule. Ayan. So, VB1 is positive 12 minus 50I plus 8 minus 30I is equal to 0. Okay. So, combining like terms will give us 20 minus 80I equals to 0. So, 20 equals 80I. What is the value of our current flowing? Okay, 0.25. Okay, so therefore, yung magsi-circulate dito sa ating circuit is equal to 0.25 amperes. Now, for the voltage drop naman, voltage drop ng unang resistor. Paano natin siya kinukuha? Okay? Yung dadaan sa kanya, okay, which is yung galing doon sa ating source. So, 12 volts minus voltage drop sa part na yan. So, that is 0.25 times yung resistor na 50 ohms. Okay? So, therefore, what will be our voltage drop? Paglagpas ng first resistor. Okay, negative 0.5. Negative 0.5. Ayan. So, itong part na to, let's say, let us label this as node A, B, C, and then D, para hindi kayo malito. Okay? So, syempre, dito sa side na to, this is 0. Nag-rise ang battery. So, pagpatlabas niya dito, this is 12 volts. Okay? So, dumaan ulit siya. No? May dinaanan siyang resistor. So, definitely, magkaka-voltage drop dyan. And now, the voltage na papasok dito sa panibagong battery, sa pangalawang battery natin, is negative 0.5. Okay. So, negative 0.5. After that, ano naman yung lalabas dito sa pangalawang, dito sa, let's say, sa points D. Anong lalabas dyan sa point D? O, ano yung magiging total voltage sa point D? Anong mangyayari? O, negative 0.5 volts. Ito ay 8 volts. Ano yung magiging voltage pagpatak ng point D? Okay, 7.5 volts. Kasi meaning, negative 0.5, ito nga, no, finalo niya yung current flow, okay, which is clockwise. So, paglabas dito is positive. So, that is positive 8 volts. Okay, negative 0.5 plus 8, that is 7.5 volts. Meaning, pagpatak ng point D, nag-spike ulit, naging 7.5 volts. Now, after that, dito naman, dumaan ulit siya ng panibagong resistor. So, meaning, 7.5 minus 30 times the current flowing, which is 0.25, and that is equal to 0. Okay? At ito yun. Malinaw po yung part na yon. Okay, next example. Kayo naman yung mag-solve nito. Okay? Let's say we have here, may resistor din dito. So let's say we have here R1, R2, and then this is 50 volts. This is 20 volts. This is 10 volts. Ayan. Paano kung ganyan po yung given? Paano nyo po malalaman kung ano yung charge na tinatake nung kada battery sources natin? Okay? So again, let us follow o trace muna yung magiging flow ng current. Di ba si current is kung saan yung positive side nung source, doon siya lalabas. So ito yon. So pagpatak dito, positive, negative, so meaning papaganito. So negative, negative, positive, so papaganito. So meaning, yung voltage ng part na to at part na to, they support each other because they are flowing counterclockwise. Now, dito naman, okay, let's say sa battery 1, okay, battery 2, battery 3. Okay? Yung, yes.
Nawala po yung share screen, ma'am.
Nawala. Wait lang.
Okay po.
Ayan. Nakita ka po? Nakita na yung aking screen? Okay. So, ayun. So, ulitin natin. Ayan. Ayan. So, ganito yung circuit natin, no? But, we do not know yet kung ano yung charge kakon tinatake nung kada battery. So, we have here battery 1, battery 2, battery 3. Again, ito ay tinatake niya yung magiging flow, kung saan magiging flow o saan magpo-flow yung ating current. Diba? Negative, positive. This is negative, this is positive. This is negative, this is positive. So meaning, dito sa side na to, sa battery 1, ang flow ng current is clockwise. Sa battery 2, ang flow ng current is counter clockwise. And then for battery 3, ang flow ng current pa rin is still counter clockwise. So meaning, battery 2 and battery 3, they support each other because they are flowing in the same direction. However, sa battery 1 natin, it opposes the two batteries. So meaning, ano po yung susundin natin mag-flow ng current? Okay, take note that we should follow the one na may mas malaking charge. Pag pinag-plus ko ba yung battery 2 and battery 3, okay, is it greater than the first battery source? Okay? If yes, yun yung ifa-follow natin. Thank you. So meaning 50 volts is still greater than 30 volts. So therefore, ang kumbaga ang magro-rule na flow ng current doon sa entire circuit would be clockwise. Okay? Regardless of the charge na tinatake nila. Okay? So, clockwise, clockwise. And then, okay? And then, excuse me, ano po yung magiging charge? O paglabas dito ni current, okay? So, meaning yung dala-dala niyang voltage is positive. So, ito ay positive 50. Okay, nag-flow si current dito, ano yung dala-dala niya? Charge. Negative. So therefore, this is negative 20 volts. Paglabas ni current dito, yung charge na tinitake niya, paglabas is still in negative. So therefore, this is negative 10 volts. Okay. So ano pa yung hinahanap doon sa problem? Okay. Ang hahanapin ulit natin, still the voltage drop and the current flowing. So for the value, okay, ang value natin, let's say this is 70 ohms and this one is 30 ohms. So let us first form yung magiging line natin. Okay. So wala 50 volts, that is positive 50. Okay. Magkakaroon ulit ng voltage drop dito sa side na yan. So that is negative 30 I. Okay? Labas niya, ano yung dadaanan niyang source? That is negative 20 volts. And then, paglabas ng negative 20 ay negative 10 volts. And then, magkakaroon ulit ng voltage drop dito sa resistor 2. And this will become negative 70 I equal 0. Okay? Combined like terms, what would be the value of our current? Okay. 0.2. So, meaning, the current na magpo-flow dito, ang IT natin is equal to 0.2. Now, you determine the voltage drop at, okay, voltage drop muna, let's say, at point B, dito. Ano yung voltage drop at point B? Chat box. Voltage drop at point B? Okay, still 50 volts. Okay, how about the voltage drop at point C? So, dito. Meaning, ano mangyayari? 50 volts minus the voltage drop at the first resistor. Okay, what would be our answer? Okay, 44. O next, what would be the voltage drop at point D? Okay, 24 volts. How about for point A? Okay, for point A? Okay, 0. Okay. Paano nakuha yung 0? Hindi porket alam ko na magzi-0 yan. Paano nakuha yon? Oh, 24 minus 10. Dito ay 14 volts. Oh, 14 minus 70 times 0.2. Tama ba? 14 minus 70 times 0.2 is equal to 0. Okay. So, ganun po natin siya isosolve. Now, next, for the Kirchhoff's current law, okay. So, medyo madali lang naman itong part na to kasi node-node lang yung ating mga sample problems. We do not need to pakahirapan pa kasi syempre, yun is designated na for EEs. Okay? Ito ay more on ano lang tayo, concept, basics. Ayan. Di ba dun sa example na nasa material natin, we have here junction, let's say o point P. Point P. Okay, ayan. Okay, and then dito, there are current entering and leaving the junction or the node. Okay, so dun sa example natin, let's say ito ay 10 amperes, ito ay 4 amperes, and then this is your I3, this is your I1, and this is your I2. And in order to know the sign na tinatake ni current is, sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag ka ang current is entering the node, that is positive. At kapag siya ay leaving, that is negative. So meaning this is positive 10 amperes and this is negative 4. But we do not know yet, no, kung ano si I3. Is I3 leaving or entering the node? Okay, so dun napapasok yung Kirchhoff's current law na lahat ng papasok is equal din sa lahat ng current na lalabas. So meaning I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. So substituting the values, positive 10 minus 4 plus I3 is equal to 0 and then I3 is equal to negative 6 amperes. Since siya ay negative 6, okay, meaning that is leaving the junction. Okay. Now, next example. Okay, next example. Ito. Okay, let's say we have here 8 amperes. This is your I1. This is 9 amperes. This is your I2. And this is 7 amperes. This is your I3. And this is I4. Okay. So, the current flowing is papaganto. Yan. Yan. And then I4 is missing. Okay. What would be the sign of our I1? Is it entering or leaving? O chat box na lang para madali. Okay, leaving. So negative. For I2, entering. So this is positive. For I3, this is entering ulit. So this is positive. And then for I4, unknown na ulit. So meaning, applying ulit the rule, I1, I2 plus I3 plus I4 is equal to 0. I1 is negative 8. I2 is positive 9. I3 is positive 7. I4 is I4 alone. Okay? Equals 0. Okay? So therefore, what would be the value of our I4? Okay, that is equal to negative 8. Okay, so negative 8 amperes, that is what? Leaving the junction. Okay, so this is equal to negative 8. So how do we know kung tama? Well, ano yung mga pumasok dito? 9 plus 7. That is equal to 16. Ano yung mga lumabas? Negative 8, negative 8. This is equal to 60, negative 16. 16 minus 16, that is 0. Okay, ito yun. Okay, next. Last example. Let's say ito yung I1. This is 12 amperes. Ito yung I2. This is 8 amperes. I3. I4. I5. And then I5 is equal to 20 amperes. According to the problem, I4 is twice the value of I3. So, anong gagawin natin? Paano muna? Ano pong flow ng current doon? So, ganito po. So, ito ay papasok. Ay, yan, palabas. So, meaning, I1 is positive. I5 is also positive. I2 is negative. Okay. And then I3 and I4 is unknown. So, pag natin gagawin siya, I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 plus I5 is equal to 0. I1 is positive 12. I2 is negative 8. I3 is I3. Okay. I4 then. Okay. But since I4 is twice the I3, so this will become 2I3. And then plus 20 amperes is equal to 0. So combining like terms, ano mangyayari? 3I3 tapos 12 minus 8 plus 20, that is equal to 24 equals to 0. So therefore, what will be the value of our I3? Okay, negative 8. For I4, what will be the value of our I4? Okay, negative 16. Okay, let's check ulit. Your I3 is negative 8 and then your I4 is negative 16. So therefore, the current flowing sa I3 is papalabas as well as for the I4. Okay, so 20 plus 12 is 32. Okay, negative 16 minus 8 minus 8, that is still negative 32. Okay, and that will be equal to 0. Okay, para alam nyo kung tama yung inyong ginawa doon sa problem. Malinaw po. Naiintindihan na yung dalawa. So kung naiintindihan na, mag-move on na tayo. Punta naman tayo doon sa magnetism. Ayan. So, I have prepared here sample problems. So, tigda dalawa yun. Okay. So, a uniform magnetic field of 450 MT passes through a flat circular loop of wire. The magnetic flux through the loop is measured to be 3.8 times 10 raised to negative 4 Weber when the field is perpendicular to the loop. So calculate the radius in millimeters. Okay. So first, we have to identify the given values. Okay. Ang given natin dyan is, anong una? The magnetic flux. So magnetic flux natin is equal to 3.8 times 10 raised to negative 4 Weber. Next, the magnetic field. Okay. Sabi dyan, 450. Ano ba ito? Di ba your T is Tesla? What is M? What is M? Diyan. Okay, milli. Okay, and milli is equal to times 10 raised to an? Times 10 raised to negative ano? Negative 3 Tesla. So meaning 1, 2, 3, this will now become 0.45 Tesla. Next, sabi dyan, the field is perpendicular to the loop. Okay, so therefore, what would be the value of our theta? Okay, yes, 90. And cosine 90 is equal to 0. Okay, so therefore, ang theta natin na gagamitin dito is 0. Now, formula. Ano nga ang formula ng magnetic flux? B is equal to times A cosine theta. Meron ka nito, meron ka ding magnetic field. Okay, masosolve mo si area. And then, the cosine theta is also given. So, ano yung nahahanap? Yung nawawala? Ang nawawala po doon is the area. Okay, bakit po yung area yung nawawala? Dahil pinapahanap doon sa problem yung radius. So, paano yung gagawin natin? Okay. So, let us try first to isolate muna ito. Okay? Isolate muna natin yan. Kasi saan ka ba makakakuha ng radius? Diba dito lang sa area natin? So, area is equal to your magnetic flux divided by your magnetic field times your cosine theta. Okay. So, what would be the value of our area dito? Solve. Anong value ng ating area? 2 decimal lang muna for this example. Okay, 8.44 times 10 raised to negative 4. Anong unit? Anong unit? Square meters. Okay? Square meters. Ayan. So, meaning, area is equal to 8.44 times 10 raised to negative 4 square meters. So, to get the radius, ano ba yung ina-assess natin doon sa problem? Sabi dyan, circular loop. And the area for circular loop is equal to pi r squared. Okay, so shift solve kung hindi kaya mag-derive. No? But, if we are going to derive here, so r squared, this is equal to a over pi. So, in order to cancel, cancel. So, ang matitira is r is equal to the square root of a over pi. Okay? And what would be the value of our radius? Okay, ano magiging value ng ating radius? Okay, 0.016949692 meters. O sabi sa problem, in millimeters. So therefore, what would be our final answer? R is equal to, you convert meter to millimeters, ilan ba? 1,000. Divide it by multiply it by 1,000. Multiply. Kasi, di ba, ang lalabas dito is meter. And then, 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeter. So, cancel ito, cancel. Okay, and that is equal to 16.39 millimeters. Okay. Nakukuha po yung problem na yon. Nakukuha po. Okay, next. So, next problem, a closed hollow cylinder has a radius of 5 cm and a length of 20 cm. It is placed inside a uniform magnetic field of 1.2 Tesla, such that the field lines run perfectly parallel to the cylinder's long central axis. Determine the magnetic flux. Okay. O magnetic flux ulit. So meaning, ang gagamitin ulit natin na formula doon ay B times A cosine theta. Okay, ano muna yung given doon sa problem? So we have here the radius. Okay, ang radius ay 5 centimeter. Okay, so you convert it directly to meters. This is equal to 0.05. Okay. Then your field is equal to 1.2 Tesla. And then what is your angle? Tingin nyo ano ang value ng ating angle. Ano ba sabi dyan? The lines run perfectly parallel to the cylinder. So kung parallel siya, ano yung degree noon? 180. Since yung ating normal vector dyan will face the opposite. Okay? Opposite dun sa mga papasok na lines. Okay? So, this will become 180 degrees. Sinabi din dyan, perfectly parallel. Diba pagka-parallel, ganyan. O, kung ito ang kukunin mo, angle na itong buong to, 180. Kasi ang angle ng buong yan ay 360. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin dito na angle theta is equal to 180 degrees. Next, you calculate the area. Okay? Area of the end cap. What would be the formula na gagamitin natin dito? Okay, pi r squared. Bakit po pi r squared? Kasi, ang sabi ko po sa inyo, ang hanapin nyo lang is the area of the end cap. Oh. Meaning, yung pinakadulo lang. Anong hugis nun? Circle pa din. Okay? So, pi r squared. Ano ang value ng ating area? Okay, 0.00785 square meters. Next, you calculate the flux. What would be the total value? 1.2 Tesla times 0.00785 square meters times cosine 180. Okay? Ano ang value? Okay, 9 po, negative 9.42 times 10 raised to negative 3. Anong unit ulit? Do not forget the units. Okay, Weber. Okay. Ang next problem. Okay. An electron orbiting a nucleus acts as a tiny magnetic dipole. Along its axis, it produces a magnetic field of 2.4 times 10 raised to negative 6 Tesla. Assuming its magnetic dipole moment is 9.27 times 10 raised to negative 24 am squared, solve for the distance from the center of the dipole in nanometers. Distance from the center of the dipole, meaning that is the radius in nanometers. Okay? So, ano yung formula na gagamitin natin dyan? Chat box.
Yun. Magkano ka? I-print?
Ano yung gagamitin natin na formula para dyan? Okay? Formula under magnetic field due to dipole. Okay? So, ang formula, again, noon is B is equal to mu O times 2m over 4 pi r cubed. Okay? Given. Ang given natin, si magnetic
Yun,
field
patak.
of 2.4 times 10 raised to negative 6 Tesla. Okay? Next, moment. Okay? May binigay sa ating moment dyan, that is 9.27 times 10 raised to negative 24 am squared. Next, ano sunod? Mu? that is equal to, ano nga ang value nitong ating mu? Ano ba yung mu natin? That is your what? Ano yung tawag dito?
15 plus 7. 15 plus 3.
Okay, permeability of free space. So again, permeability of free space ay constant. Ano ang value ng constant na yan? Okay, 4 pi times 10 raised to negative 7 Tesla.
Okay.
Okay. Ang gagawin natin, ang nawawala daw dyan is the radius. So, kung kaya, i-shift solve. But kung hindi, edi ating i-derive yung formula. R cube is equal to mu times 2m divided by 4 pi b. Okay, so substitute the values. We have what? Gagawin natin. Substitute. What would be the answer? R cube is equal to okay, 7.725 times 10 raised to negative 25 meter cube. Since R lang o center of the dipole lang yung ating hinahanap, meaning we have to take the cube root of 7.725 times 10 raised to negative 25. Therefore, what would be our answer? Okay, 9.18 times 10 raised to negative 9 meters. Sabi dyan sa problem, you are going to convert it in nanometers. Ano ba pa ang nanometers? Times 10 raised to ano yon? 1 meter is equal to okay, times 10 raised to 9. O cancel ito. Meaning, R is equal to 9.18. What? Anong unit natin doon? Nanometer. Okay, next problem. Kayo naman ang magsasagot nito. Ayan. A technician measures the magnetic field along the axis of a small engineering component at a distance of 4.5 centimeters. The magnetometer reads 12.5 Gauss. Determine the magnetic dipole moment of the component. Take note, conversion unit 1 Gauss is equal to 10 raised to negative 4 Tesla. Okay. Formula, ganun ulit. Okay, B is equal to mu O times 2m 4 pi r cube. Ang nawawala is yung moment. Ito. Yung M. Okay.
Parang isa tama.
So therefore, if we are going
Page 1
to
is wrong. Page
calculate for M alone without using yung shift solve natin, that will become 4 pi r cube times yung beta times, divided by 2 times yung ating permeability of free space. Tama ga po? Okay. Solve. And then send your solution doon sa GC. Yung part na ito. Ano ang unit po? AM squared.
Done. Kain muna, email na. 12:29 na.
Meron po. Baga tapos. Hmm. Solve. Anong kinalabasan yan?
There will be na moderator. Nuclear burn. Kasama mo.
Sabihin, hindi pwedeng lapitan si Mang
Oo, si
Grace na
Iyain yung radioactive na. Then, nagpala kay Mary Curie. Mary Grace Curie. Ka na pala ngayon.
Ano po lumabas na value?
malawak po naman.
Expect na lang hearing report.
Kailangan ko po and kailangan ko po
Take 2? SRB ba yan?
Divided by 2 times your permeability of free space, 4 pi times 10 raised to negative 7. Kitang-kita dito, cancel na yung 4 pi dyan.
Ano? That's the ano? That's what they are saying. Kailangan yung speaker or in there. Mary Curie.
Okay, that is equal to 0.5695 or approximately 0.56 or 557. 0.57 AM squared. Malinaw po. Inyong i-breakdown para hindi matagal sa calcu. Okay. Next problem. For the next problem, we have two identical magnetic dipoles. Each have a moment of 0.75 AM squared. So they are fixed along the same axis space 80 millimeter apart. So, but they are placed in a repulsive configuration. So calculate the total interaction of this system. Will the energy value be positive or negative? Yun yung sabi sa problem. First, we have to analyze the problem itself. So, ang example na yan is papasok na under repulsive configuration, meaning under potential energy of dipole-dipole interaction. If you can recall, ang formula nun is U is equal to what? Mu O times 2 times mu sub 1 times mu sub 2 divided by 4 pi r cube. Tama ba? Yung pagkaka-recall? O, let's check nga. Ayan. Ito. Ano, kulang pa palang negative sa unahan. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin nating formula dyan. Ayan. So, negative. Negative. Ayan. So, sabi sa problem, ang ating problem ay nag-undergo by repulsive configuration. Meaning, if we can recall yesterday, according to repulsive configuration, pagka-repulsive, ang nangyayari sa direction is ino-oppose. Nagre-repel. So meaning, it opposes the direction. Okay. So therefore, if we are going to oppose the direction of this one, meaning it will give us a positive potential energy. So meaning, gagamitin natin dito is positive and not negative. Okay. Next, given moments, they are identical. So mu1 and mu2 is the same, 0.75 AM squared. Next, the radius is 80 millimeters. So you convert it into meters. And this is equal to 0.08 meters. And then, ito ay constant. What would be the value? Ang unit nito is joules. Mm. Kindly compute.
Grade 4, grade 5, grade 6.
Edukasyong pantahanan, pangkabuhayan.
Talaga.
Ano
Edukasyong pangkabuhayan at pangkabuhayan.
What ano ibig sabihin ng EPP? Ano ibig sabihin ng EPP?
Okay. That is equal to 2 point, okay, 2.19726 times 10 raised to negative 4 joules. Okay. Next problem. Two coaxial interacting magnetic dipoles in an alternative configuration are separated by 0.15 meters. The first dipole has a moment of 1.4 am squared. The measured potential energy is negative 5.6 times 10 raised to negative 5 joules. Calculate the magnetic moment of the second dipole. So meaning, kung ito yung formula natin, ito yung nawawala. Moment nung pangalawang dipole. Okay? So sabi doon, okay, sa formula, alternative configuration, and also provided yung value ng ating potential energy, which is in negative value. So meaning, we will start doon sa ating base formula. Okay, kasi 'di ba ang base formula natin doon is negative. Wherein tama na yun ang gagamitin nating negative kasi yung binigay sa ating potential energy is in negative joules. So the formula na gagamitin natin dito is negative mu O times 2 times mu sub 1 mu sub 2 divided by 4 pi r cube. Ang nawawala is yung pangalawang moment. So we have to isolate mu sub 2. Okay? So mu sub 2, this is equal to, anong matitira doon sa kabila? Negative q times 4 pi r cube divided by 2 times mu sub O times mu sub 1. O calculate. Direct substitution lang yan.
Abacus.
Ayun na. Ikaw na ligo, bibigay ko lang ng subscription.
Dapat may kakaiba.
Subscribe. Pero,
Okay? Anong value? Al Q.
Kaya lang. Kaya na, waiting na mo yung
Bilis.
Double check. Sige, double check. Baka may, may nakakalimutan, parenthesis. Sige po, ano pong value? Okay, 0.675 AM squared. Sino nakakuha nun? Same ba tayo nang nakuha?
Ikaw.
Negative. Oh, ito ay naka-negative 5.6 times 10 raised to negative 5. O, kung ito i-breakdown mo, ito at saka part na to, makakancel dyan ng 4 pi para hindi ka na mahirapan.
Oo.
But regardless, kung i-cancel mo man or hindi naman siya nagka-problem sa calcu. And this alone, ito ay 1.4. Okay? Last problem. So, two magnetic sensors interacting with each other are moved closer together to boost their coupling if their initial separation distance is decreased to exactly 1/4 of their original distance. By what scaling factor does the dipole-dipole interaction strength change? Diba? Ang dipole interaction strength varies inversely with the cube of its distance. So, diba ang interaction natin is inversely proportional with the cube of its distance. So, 1 over r cube. So, applying the scaling change. Okay? Ano mangyayari dito? Yung interaction natin 2 versus interaction ng una. Okay? Ayan. Ano ba yung pangalawang naging scaling? Okay. Sabi doon, 1/4 of its original length. Okay, so meaning, R2 is equal to 1/4 of its R1.
July 7. It's 7/7.
Ano sunod na mangyayari? R1 over R2, di ba yun? Cube. Oh, sabi dun sa problem, R2, okay, it is decreased to exactly 1/4 of their original distance. So, meaning 1/4 neto. So, meaning, ano mangyayari? R1 over 1/4 of R1 cube. Okay. Ano mangyayari? Inverse, kung babalik rin natin dito, makakancel si R1. Anong matitira? 4 cube. Okay, and 4 cube is equal to 64. Paano po naging 4 yun? Ba, yun ay R1 times 1/4. Diba? 1/4 R1. Ito ay galing numerator. So, ito ay tataas mo. Magiging 4 over R1 yan. Okay, so makakancel yung R1. So, matitira ay 4. May tanong po ba doon? May isa pang example dito actually, itong ganitong problem din. I-send ko na lang sa GC. Kakopy ko na lang and then you can try solving on your own for your reference. Though hindi pa naman siya totally kasama sa aralin, but still, maganda yung nag-discuss na natin ng pauna-una yung magnetism. And then, for tomorrow, discuss natin yung sa prelims para alam nyo kung saan kayo nagkamali. And then, yung the rest of the recitation. Okay po. Any concerns and clarifications regarding discussion? Oh, yes po.
Ma'am, pwede pong mahingi po yung copy po nung mga problem po
Problem?
ngayon.
Oo, sige.
Pati yung solution po.
Oo, sige. I-send ko na tong buo sa inyo. No, you adjust na lang. Kasi syempre, medyo magulo yung ating solution sa problem. Okay po.